Jackie's turn, and I think we will... Do I want to use my Zen? I think not. We're okay at the minute, aren't we? But we have got to move. There's no point going this way. There was a door up here. I'm going to leave that to Luke. I think we're going to head north into Sector 4 generator. And I think we will explore to the west. Let's see. We're entering the morgue. Yep. Let's place it. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll place it this way around. It's got a fear event icon. It's also got some medical supplies. And what that means is if we start our turn here, we get to draw an extra card. Let's grab an event, and it's going to be a fear one. Ooh, the morgue is not a pretty place to be. We've got a guard spawning, but we still haven't found a security tile, so no guards, but Jackie's getting pretty nervous. They're right behind me. A clone has appeared in the generator room, right behind her. It says if my fear is 4 or higher, spawn 2 clones there instead. Well, I'm going to interrupt that event by using some adrenaline and just calming down a minute. Just calm it down, Jackie. This says game 1 fear, but you can always discard at any time any adrenaline card to raise or lower your fear by 1. I'm going to lower my fear by 1. So I'm going to use our adrenaline to just calm ourselves down. Drop our fear down from 4 to 3. And at least then that means we don't get 2 clones, just 1. Number 2 clone is coming into play. On the tile Jackie's just come from. Oh no, poor old Luke. He's up against it again. At least there's no activation this time. Okay, Luke's turn. We've already got 4 cards, haven't we? Yep. Alright. Luke is here, so we can bull rush. We can try and sneak away. Or we can try and fight. I think we're going to bull rush. I think just to show you what that does. A bull rush lets me move off a tile that has enemies on it. And it allows us to use our momentum to carry on through add to our movement. But bull rushing is a strength challenge, and the strength challenge is equal to the number of enemies on our tile plus 2. So this is going to be a 3 strength challenge to bull rush off this tile onto the next tile. I'm going to push through here onto here. If I fail the bull rush challenge, then I fail the action and I have to stay on the tile I'm on. And that's my action done for the turn. My strength is currently +1 from my fear. A base of 2, so that's 3. +1 is 4. So I'm going to roll 4 dice and I need 3 strength icons. So I take my 4 dice and I'm looking for 3 fists. Yes, we got them. 1, 2, 3, got 4 actually. Okay, so our bull rush was successful. That's our first movement. So we push past this clone. But remember, we've got 1 more movement. Our momentum carries us forward. So we can bull rush past this one and hopefully head north. Here. So once more, there's only 1 clone here, so it's 1 plus 2. We need 3 fists to succeed the bull rush. But we lose 1 die. For every successive tile that we bull rush through, we become slowed a little bit. So we're going to lose 1 die, but we still need to get 3 fists here. Of course, we could use some of our cards if we wished to get some extra strength, but I don't have anything here to help me. So let's see, we need 3 fists. Oh, I've only got 2. So that's a failure. Our bull rush ends. We have to stay on this current location. So Luke is going to stay here. The unfortunate thing is, whenever you fail a challenge, it's one of these challenges where you're interacting with an enemy, then that enemy will automatically and straight away activate. That means this clone is going to activate now and attack Luke. I'm going to play a card here because I don't want to give that clone an extra die, so I'm going to do lose 2 fear. It gives me +2 intelligence, but I don't really need it. Okay. That drops me down to 4, so the clone's not getting an extra die. My toughness is still only 1. And I could use one of these, but then it's going to get an extra die. So let's just roll it. Let's just roll it. That's not too bad. He's got 2 hits. We've got a toughness of 1. We're going to lose 1 card. I think it's going to be this one. Alright, we lost 2 adrenaline cards. And that's only so far as well. And now, because an enemy attacked, Luke's fear is going up 1. Luke's down to 2, and we've got to draw an event card. And it is... There aren't any surveillance cameras still, so we skip past this lot as well because we haven't got an event. But we got 1 clone activation. And yes, this means all clones are going to activate. And they activate in sequence. So clone number 1 is going to activate first, and then clone number 2. Right? So this is where these numbers come into play. So this guy, he's on the same tile as Luke still, so he's going to get a second attack. I'm just wondering if there's anything Jackie can do to assist. Now, normally you can assist only if you're on the same tile or an adjacent tile, and you can only assist in challenges, not from defending attacks. So there's nothing Jackie can do there, but we've got a couple of cards here that Jackie can play. Adrenaline cards can be played at any time, unless they say they can only be played on your turn. But this one here says, lose 2 fear at any time, cancel 1 clone activation from an event card. Cancel 1 clone activation from an event card. So we could play this now, and that will help. Cancel 1 clone activation from an event card at any time. Yeah, we can do that. We can cancel the activation of this clone. Seems a bit strange that we can do that, but there we go. Them's the rules. Well, that's that one cancelled. Now, number 2 is going to activate, and it's going to move towards the player with the highest fear, which is going to be Luke. I could use another one of my adrenaline cards from Jackie. Let's do that, because I noticed Jackie had 2 of these. Yeah. Oh no, we can't. We can't. Well, we can. I think. Gain 1 fear, gain 2 fear. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to do this. I have to do this in sequence. If something says, like this one says, lose 2 fear to cancel 1 clone activation from the event card. I forgot to reduce my fear, but my fear should be down to 0 now from when I played this one. And what, of course, that means is I can't play this one because my fear is already 0. You must be able to actually pay the fear. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to gain the fear. Gain 2 fear at any time and put a locked door marker on any door on your tile. So Jackie's going to do this first. Let's gain 2 fear. Play this card. We can put a locked door token either on this door or this door. Let's put it here. Let's lock this guy behind us. And now that means we can lose 2 fear and cancel one clone activation from an event card. So we can take our fear back down to 0 and cancel this clone's activation. So he's going to stay there. Okay, it doesn't say that the clone has to be on your tile. Strange. Okay, that's Luke saved, I think, from the clone activations. And at the start of her turn, she's going to draw a card. The other thing is, Jackie's here on this tile with medical supplies, so she gets to draw an extra adrenaline card at the start of her turn, which is one of the reasons I wasn't too bothered about spending all those cards. She's back up to 4 again. And of course, Jackie's going to move this way, and we get to grab the last tile from deck A. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a good one. It's an equipment depot. This way. Well, this tile has a storage crate on it, and then when you explore a tile with a storage crate, you get to draw an item. So things are looking good for Jackie. Let's see what she gets. A map fragment. It says on your turn, discard this card to look at the next 3 tiles. Put one on the bottom of the file stack. Put the other 2 on top of the stack you drew them from in any order. Well, I'm pretty tempted to use that straight away as it goes, because I've got one more movement yet and I'm just about to explore. Because there wasn't an event here, we can carry on moving. We've got one movement left. Let's use this map fragment. Grab 3 tiles from the top of stack B. And we get Squad Bay B, Hardware Storage, and Yellow Lab. Excellent, there's our first control panel. Well, that's a bit of a no-brainer. We'll get rid of this one. We don't want guards appearing just yet. So this goes on the bottom of the final stack. And we'll put these back in the order we wish. And we've got one more movement left. And we're going to explore in this direction. And grab that tile. Which is a good one. Because it has another storage crate on it. Notice we had to play it this round, door to door. And then this is a blank wall back to the B lift, so it has to be this way around. Let's discard our map fragment and grab a new item. And it's a gun. Okay. That's excellent. We definitely like the sound of guns. Gain 3 strength when unlocking a door or attacking a guard or hybrid. Oh. After the attempt to challenge with this bonus, gain 1 threat and either pass 3 intelligence challenges or discard this card. Right, so guns don't work against clones. Now, of course, event card time. And we get horrible 2 clones activating. Remember, there's nothing here, we skip this part. Clones activate. Clone number 1. I don't think there's anything Jackie can do to help this time. Luke's got 2 cards. It's going to be 4 dice. The inevitable is happening. Well, it was always going to happen, wasn't it? Okay, so that's 4 minus our 1 toughness. That's 3 damage. Luke, you're off to the infirmary. You've lost your 2 remaining adrenaline cards. Your vitality goes down. We've got to be careful. 1 more and he's killed. Now, clone 2 activation. The locked door, as far as the clone's concerned, means there is no connection between these 2 tiles. You just ignore that. So if there's no route through to Jackie, then this clone won't move. But if there is a vent and a duct connects this clone with Jackie, then potentially it can move. There's no There's no vent on this clone's tile, but there is a vent here where Jackie is, and it runs this way. So this alien could get to Jackie through a vent here, or a vent here. So I'm going to have the clone move down here. So the rules tell us that for the sake of clone movement, tiles that are connected by vents should be considered adjacent. Remember, we've got 2 clone activations, so we've got to do the second activation now. So again, we'll activate clone number 1 first. There's no vent here. There is one here, so clone number 1's moving down here. And when there's multiple paths, the player who's activating the event decides. So let's move them both in there. Now that ends this activation. And it's Luke's turn. He's going to come out of the infirmary. We can place him anywhere with a vent tile. Let's do that. We need to set his fear back to 4 and draw just 3 cards this time. 1, 2, 3. Let's have Luke move. We've got 2 choices, this way or this way. Let's just head down here. Just grab a tile, see what we get. And it is the hardware storage, and we found the first control panel. And Luke gets an item. There's a container here, a storage crate here. So let's see what Luke gets. A stun stick. It says gain 2 strength while attacking or bull rushing. Hey, that's a better weapon than the gun. That's a good weapon. Excellent. Hey, now I'm feeling better. Now we're starting to get a little bit tooled up. So let's activate this control panel. We can do this anytime we want. We can activate this control panel. This is an intelligence challenge, and the difficulty is 3 plus 1 for every control panel we've already accessed successfully. So the first one's the easiest, the second one's going to be a little harder, the third one harder again. So we need 3 successes to successfully activate this control panel. And Luke's pretty good at these because he's got intelligence of 2 plus 1, he's got intelligence of 3, so that's 3 dice. Now if we lose this by 2 or more points, then lockdown is going to begin immediately. So we don't want that to happen. 3 dice, because I've got 3 intelligence and I'm looking for 3 successes. 3 of these blue brains. Okay. Oof. Luke doesn't often pull off those double punches, but we've got a double brain. We've got our 3 successes. 1, 2, 3. And that means we place one of these successful access control panel tokens on this tile. Great job. Finally, after accessing a control panel, we've got to spawn a guard on the nearest control panel which hasn't been accessed, which there aren't any, so we don't have to spawn. But it also says every time you access a control panel, add 1 guard to the reserves. So let's grab guard number 5 from the reserves. In he goes. Alright, we still have 1 movement left, so let's go again. See what we get. It is the green lab. There's no event here. The lab icon here doesn't actually do anything, except it does help Luke because he's got this skill. Science Whiz, roll an extra die for challenges when on a lab tile. So that's pretty good. Luke's happy here. Okay then, let's draw an event card. We get... Oh, not another nasty one. We've got lots of activations. We've got a clone spawning on the nearest fear tile. Remember that the alien zone rule says vents count. There's no vent on this tile. No vent on this tile. There is a vent on Squadway B where Jackie is. Let's grab clone number 3. And this is going here with Jackie. And now our clones activate, and I've got a feeling this is going to be pretty mean for Jackie. Clone number 1 first is going to move through the vent. Bang, right onto Jackie's tile. Remember, clones will move towards the player with the highest fear, which is at the moment Luke, but the only way through is through Jackie's tile. So our clone number 2 is going the same way. However, if we look at our scenario, it tells us that we have a pack limit of 2 for clones. Pack limit says that's the maximum number of clones that can exist on the same tile. So this thing is not going to come out here. But there's no vents. What the rule says is it moves towards the target with the next highest fear, which would be Jackie, or as close as it can get without exceeding the pack limit. So I think we'll leave it where it was. I think that that was still only 1 tile away. So let's do that. Let's choose to leave clone number 2 where it was. Next, clone number 3 is going to activate, and being on the same tile as Jackie, is going to attack. And Jackie could use one of her cards. I think we'll do this. Gain 1 fear any time, plus 2 toughness. I'm definitely going to use this. Fear goes up 1, so she's now got 3 toughness. Let's have this clone roll. 3 dice. Oh, it looks good. We've got 3 hits and our toughness is 3. Jackie has survived this attack. But her fear does go up, of course. That ends the turn. Not too bad. Jackie's in a bit of trouble here. Let's see if she can get out of there. Maybe bring Luke in to help. And we've accessed 1 control panel, 2 more to find to get that lift operational again. Join me next time.